Good afternoon, Louis. You're back in your home country, but is Eindhoven a happy place or is it enemy territory?
No, for me it's a difficult place. I didn't win so much here. Difficult ground. So also when I was the manager of Barcelona, I didn't win here. So it's difficult. And also neither with Ajax I didn't win so much. I think that I win here with AZ. And maybe Toon Gerbrands can confirm that.
May I ask Memphis and Louis, how do you feel you started the season, Memphis, and started with United?
It's a new experience for me, playing in the Premier League. So I still have to improve, and I know that.
Yes, as a manager you are never satisfied. But he's doing well. He has played every game till now. It's not so easy. As you know, it is a high rhythm in the Premier League. But of course he has to adapt to that high rhythm and a lot of pressure on the ball. But he shall improve, I think.
Louis, Wayne Rooney is not here, so another striker will be playing. Does it make a difference in the choice of the striker that will be replacing him, whether it's the European game or a Premier League game?
I don't think so, because you are always looking to your own team, to your own selection, and also to the qualities of your opponent, and then you decide. I don't think there is a difference in philosophy between the Champions League and the Premier League.
I'm thinking maybe because of the high rhythm, it would be easier for someone like Martial to play in a continental game rather than in a game in the Premier League.
Yeah, maybe it's true, but as you know, when somebody is believing in the Dutch football, then I am. So I think PSV, I have already said, is very difficult to beat in their home ground.
Does that say something about the level of Dutch football, the level of the Eredivisie? The last year there's been a lot of talk in Holland that the level is going down, all the players are going, it's younger and younger. Should we be worried?
No, I don't think, because of course the Eredivisie is younger and younger, and that's why you have to be patient. I have to be patient also for Memphis, and the fans has to be also patient for Memphis, but also for Linkert or Andreas Pereira or Januzaj or that kind of players. You cannot demand players of 19, 20, and 21 year old that they are consistent, and you have to accept that. And the Eredivisie is very nice to watch. The tactical solutions are very nice to watch also, but of course they are young, and I think also the pressure on the ball is less. Yeah, that's why the British Premier League is very difficult to play, and that now Memphis is seeing that and feeling that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I've been playing for I think 10 years for PSV before I came to Manchester United. So yeah, it's a special feeling for me. Also with my old teammates, to see them again and play against them. So it will be interesting.
You just said some nice words about the Dutch competition, but if you look at the national team, you do think there's some sort of crisis in Holland, talking about the football. Are you worried about the Dutch team as well?
Every word what I say is one too much, I think, in this matter.
Okay, Carrie? Carrie Brown, being sport for Manchester. What do you think you learnt here that has enabled you to be so strong going to the Premier League?
That's a difficult question. I learned so much things here, but what the boss is saying, it's on a different high or different level. The competition is different, so I have to learn in the English Premier League to improve there. And of course, I've learned a lot of things from PSV, but what I say before, it's different.
Louis, er is een moment geweest in je carrière dat there was a moment in your career there was the option you could maybe become coach of PSV. Didn't work out at that moment.
I've read that.
And could have been a good option for you to work here, and could you imagine to work here in that time?
Yeah. It's always dependable of the moment. Now the moment has passed. So I shall not work anymore in PSV because I shall retire after my job in Manchester. So it is not possible. But what I have read, what Marcel Brands was saying, it was true. But nevertheless, it's also a process. So at that time, the time was not good for me to go and to come here.
How has Anthony Martial been in training since his goal scoring debut? And have you seen enough from him to convince you that he could start tomorrow?
I have only one day training session after the match, and then it was a light session because we have to play tomorrow against PSV Eindhoven. And but his impression is good. I can only say that till now it's good. But also for him, it's the same as for Memphis. You have to give him time, and that's what I'm asking also to the fans, because he cannot change the market price.
James? There's no microphone.
Memphis, just on what the manager was saying there, do you think you and Anthony can help each other almost this season? You're both young, exciting forwards, but it is a challenge. Do you think you can help sort of each other throughout the course of the season and maybe bring each other on?
Yeah, of course, we are both young, so we can help each other. We can ask each other questions. The same for Luke Shaw. I talk a lot with him. He played longer in the Premier League than me, so I have a lot of questions for him, and he helped me also. And we all can help each other. So.
Louis, last season we saw PSV sometimes winning matches using strong counter-attack. This season they played Feyenoord and then they pushed Feyenoord back all the time. So they can play different styles. What is your opinion on how they play and how they can play against you?
It's difficult to say a day before the match, yeah? Because I don't want to say what I see. Because Philip is not a man that he don't listen to the press conferences of Louis van Gaal. So, no, it's not smart of me when I tell how I see PSV.
Luke, what sort of reception are you expecting tomorrow night from the fans? Given that you were Ajax manager, do you get a hard time here?
I'm also a national coach manager, so when I came here, when I came here, the people were very nice for me, and they want a picture with me. So I don't think that's bad.
Thank you very much. Two questions. First one for Louis. Philip is trained under you at Barcelona and also the Dutch national team. Louis, do you think that that is going to help him to understand some of the tactics that you might employ tomorrow night? That's the first question. And for Memphis, you know this field very well. You played here for such a long time. What inspires you when you run onto the pitch here? And is it going to be weird to run onto the field tomorrow night?
First thing.
Yeah, I think when I came on the pitch here, the first time I was very young when I make my debut in the competition. So yeah, I will think about that when I walk on the pitch tonight when we train. But tomorrow, yeah, it's a different thing. What I say before, it will be interesting to see what we can do, and I think yeah, we're gonna do a good job here.
Yes, I have to say that PSV is playing against Manchester United and not Philippe Cocu against Louis van Gaal. Managers has to transfer their philosophy and that's a different story. But tomorrow the teams are playing and we shall see who shall win.
Memphis, you start every game this season, but were substituted every week and at half time. How did you react to that?
Sorry?
You started every game this season and managed to show faith in you, but you came off at half time at the weekend. How did you react to that?
I think my reaction was good. I think about that, and I will improve in the training. That's what I do always. Keep my head up and work on it. Work on the things so I can do better in the game.
Is a draw a good result tomorrow evening?
A draw away is always a good result, in my opinion. But I want to win. And the first match is very important to win. But it is also for PSV. So you have to wait and see.
Louis, is the Champions League an opportunity for you to rotate with other people? Is that something you...
No, I'm not a supporter of that.
Why is that?
Because I always play with my best team.
I have a question for Louis and one for Memphis. Louis, how do you rate this PSV compared to the other opponents in your group in Champions League? How do you compare PSV to Wolfsburg and Moscow?
When I say that, then there is always one team very angry. So that is also not wise. I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question.
And one question for Memphis. Atemos, you must know him. He's a football coach and also a football analyst. He told on television if Memphis will play against Arias, Arias will eat him alive.
That's also not wise to react on that question. So.
Great, thank you.
In the European Cup, it was very difficult for the fans last season not being in this tournament. What can they expect from Manchester United this season in the Champions League? And how realistic can the hopes be of a successful run?
I think the fans shall see a Manchester United who fight for his chances. And we have to show on the pitch if we are able to win matches on the highest level, in my opinion. And that's also a challenge for us now. And last year we were fourth in the Premier League. We qualified ourselves this year. And that was our aim. Now we have to show if we are able to play on that level. And that I don't know neither. I have to wait and see. Because I think that the Champions League is a higher podium than the Premier League. But maybe it is not like that.
Louis, you bent you're a representative of the generation of Dutch trainers who were very successful in the 90s and in the last 15 years. Louis, Philippe Cocu is a new coach for a new generation. How do you judge that new generation, and what do you expect of this new generation of Frank de Boer and Giovanni van Bronckhorst?
Yeah, they have played all under me. So Frank de Boer, for example, played also under me. So you could see at the time that they were players that they already think about the game. And that is not natural. Not every player is thinking about the game. So I could expect already that Philippe Cocu and Frank de Boer shall be a trainer-coach. The same I saw it from Ronald de Boer, for example, but he isn't. And sometimes I have to see players who never has thought about the game, and they are now trainer-coach. So that's also a feeling that is a little bit strange for me. But I think every generation has its great coaches and less great coaches. So I'm very happy that players like Frank de Boer and Philippe Cocu and now Gianni van Bronckhorst of Giovanni are doing the job what I have done. It's nice to see, and I shall follow them, of course.
Okay, last two questions.
Yeah. Maybe one last thing about PSV. They lost a lot of goals without Memphis and Wijnaldum. Do you think they are on the same level as last year?
Nou ja, they scored 6 against Cambuur, but that was after 9 minutes, no game. It's always difficult to say that in advance, because PSV and Manchester United has started the competition 4 or 5 games. And we have to wait and see. But I know here the technical director is always getting the best players here and also in AZ. So I believe in PSV, in this PSV also. And it shall be a tough competition in the Netherlands to be the champion.
Okay, last question.
Memphis, how will you react when you score a goal?
Yeah, a lot of people ask that question to me. It's still for me a game. You know, football is passion, so if I score, I will celebrate. I'm playing for Manchester United now, and so if I score, I will celebrate. And of course, I have respect for PSV.